Today on Fun with Hibiscus. We're working with hibiscus today. I brought all my hibiscus outside and probably should defoliate. Same issue. Although they're not as bad. These ones seem to be worst off for the bug attack. I might leave the leaves on. I don't know. And my oldest one, this one here, is growing roots out of the bottom. So I think it's due for a repotting, but I might wait till fall. I don't know. One of these guys can be repotted anytime. So these ones here are the same as this one here, even though the leaves are very different. This one's going back to leaves like this one, but it did have the leaves I got it for a while. Meh, I don't know. I don't know how it works, but this one's getting some pretty cool leaves, and it was also the one with the nicest flaring root base. So I'll probably trim these up and get rid of the bugs and all that kind of stuff, and most likely repot them into their own pots. And I'm not sure if I'll have a plant sale or if I'll just give them away. I'm not sure yet. Leaning toward plant sale because I've got probably 100 plants and cuttings and things like that that would benefit from new homes, like doubles and triples, and like there's only so many of each kind I can keep. So this is my original one. It came with a few in the pot, which have all been rehomed as well. This one was just by itself in the pot. It struggled. It has the one with the pink flowers. I got it for, not because the flowers were pink, but I got it because the flowers last like 4 or 5 days. This one here will flower. It'll close this evening and fall off tomorrow. And these ones here last maybe 2 days max. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. This one here is just amazing. Like, look at those leaves. These ones were all in the same pot. Now this one here did get regular leaves like this during the summer. I'm not sure why these ones were going a different color, but I fertilized and they seem to green up a little bit more, so it has to be something they're missing. I just don't know what, because I'm treating them the same as all the other ones, so time to learn. This one here, every single flower it's ever had grew a seed pod. Like, it's full of seed pods there. And I'm not sure if there's actual seeds in them. I'm not sure how to tell if they're ripe. I'm not sure anything. I should look it up. But I wasn't expecting it. But every single flower it's ever had spawned a seed pod. These ones, they have what looks like it might be in the middle, but nothing ever comes of them. They usually just fall off. It's kind of cool to try and grow one from seed. Why not, right? Wow, the sun came out. Amazing. I haven't seen the sun all day. Probably in 2 days. And it hasn't rained either. Not here. Yeah. Let's get to work. Where should I start? Probably start with these ones. Alright, I'll set up a different angle. And trip over. Once again, I've got the good old mosquito pick going. There's actually 2 going in here, which I need to adjust. without burning myself. Okay. I think you all saw what happened the other day when I accidentally put my mosquito pick out. Yeah. And yes, I worked. I'll be working a lot now. So where's my basket? Put all the leaf rubble and stuff in there. So I won't be repotting today. I just want to get rid of bugs today. Do what I need to do and get these plants growing outside, these trees. And then we'll do repotting on a different day. I'm looking for some ingredients for bonsai soil and a few other things. Maybe switch these guys out to some real soil. I've tried a lot of different places and I might have to try online if I can. Oops, that one was stuck on there good. Take off some of these yellowing leaves. Some of them just fall off. The rest I'll cut. And these ones, same thing. There's a thrip invasion happening inside the house. I think I'm going to take off all of these affected leaves too. You can see there's all sorts of different ways that they look, and it's all thrip damage. I don't know if you could even see that because I didn't go to the other side of the camera, but okay, well, should I defoliate this whole thing? Probably. So what I'm going to do is, since you guys watched me defoliate yesterday, the day before yesterday, when did I upload that video? It was 2 days ago. Anyways, you saw me defoliate, so I'm going to defoliate this batch here, and I'll be right back. Alright, here we are. Kind of give it a little bit of a spin so you'll see all 3 trees. Yeah. These ones didn't grow as much as I thought they would. But they stayed relatively healthy. This basket just kept drying so fast. I was throwing water in there and throwing water in there, and the very next day it'd be dry as a bone, wouldn't take any water, so I'd have to soak it in a whole pot in the bathtub, and the next day dry again. I'm not sure why it dried so fast. So I'm not keeping any of the cuttings. I just cannot, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to rehome all of these. We'll see. So I'm just taking off an old pruning stub. Turn that up a little bit. Take another old pruning stub off here. And anything low down or that's on what I feel should be a trunk, just going to remove all that. Make sure the crotches are clean, because we seem to like clean crotches in bonsai. Old pruning stub here. I'm not sure why I left this so long. I bet you I lost some of the branches. I wasn't paying as much attention to these ones as I was to my favorites. They say never to do that with your kids. Never pick favorites. But I do it with my bonsai. I do it, I think, so that I can let go of some of them. Otherwise, my hoarding instincts kick in and I keep everything. Which would explain the 150 cuttings in the house. Jade cuttings. Alright, so we have buds coming out towards me, buds coming out away from me. I'm going to bring this back again right to here. And this one here, a nice green growth from this spring, but there's a bud down here. I think I'll bring that back too. We'll see. I'll leave a little stub for dieback to protect that bud. And this one, hopefully you guys can see everything okay. I know my head is cropped off there, but we don't need that. Doesn't do anything anyway. We have some new growth down at the bottom. I'll just take those off. This one's getting some pretty nice looking little roots down there too. Should I keep this one? No, I think it's too close. I'm going to take this one off. This one should be okay. There's one over here we'll leave for now. All this green growth is this spring's growth. There's lots of buds facing toward me over here, so bring it back to there. And this one, these are ladder branches here. I think I'll have to leave them for now till this one kicks in. Decisions. This is where I pruned it before. And it didn't really do too much beyond that, but there's more buds right here. So I'll bring it back to that. Right there. See what happens. Should I nip the tip on this one? Probably, eh? There's a bud right here, but I like the one below it better. Just nip the tip right off of there. Alright, last one. It has flower buds which are going to go. This is this spring's growth, so it's pretty vigorous. So we'll take the growth off that's down at the bottom. I think I'll take this branch off here too. You can hear the robin yelling at something out there. That's chirping is the robin. Take off an old pruning stub. Let's prune there too. I guess it was facing the window this way, so I have to forgive these branches. There's a bunch of little buds down here. I'm just gonna take those off. I should say snip them off because I can't kick them off. Imagine. No, can't kick them off. There's some more inside here, so I'm just gonna give those a little scratch off. There we go. There are a ton of buds down here, absolute ton of them. I'm going to bring the branch down. There's a bud coming out right here. Downward facing bud. That's the phrase I was looking for. Downward facing bud. This one I think we'll have to leave alone if I want to keep it. I probably should keep it. Balance the tree a little bit. I think I will just nip the tip off right here. And that one upwards but I'll nip off and we'll leave this little one sticking out. I'll just take these leaves off now that I know I'm keeping them. Buds. Okay, now this big, long, vigorous thing, that's a cutting I normally would be like, come here, lovely, let's plant you, and then ignore you for a long time because I don't know what to do with you. So we're not going to do that. We're going to place cutting in there, flower buds and all, and that's going to be very, very difficult to do because look it. But I have so many. So we have a bud way down here with this one with the 2 leaves on it. That's facing outwards. It's flowing, and I think I like that one. This one's okay too, this one down here. Might actually be nice. Maybe I should go with that lower one and try and get more branching out this way. And these guys are still small, I mean. I'm going to want some taller ones, but eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Alright, it's the lower one. There it is. Look it. I'm throwing it out. I am throwing it out. Gone. Oh man, that's hard to do. I might have to go get it later, but I hope not. I'm just gonna leave it. Alright, so those ones are done. As done as they're gonna be anyways. Where's my soap? Soap over here. Give them a good spray, soil, rock and all. And then, oops. Uh-oh, where did that go? Okay, we don't want the fire in here. I'm just going to put this, where am I going to put this now? It's very hot. There's a rock. Put it over here. Put it on the rock so it doesn't light a fire. Alright, what's next? We'll do this one next. The one that came in the same pot as those. We'll do this one next. Gave all my tools away already. So same thing. We're gonna clean it up real nice. And this one I do not want to defoliate completely because look at these leaves. Look at those. They're amazing. And it's what I got this plant for, was these leaves. I didn't even know what color the flowers were or anything. Not a clue. I had never seen a flower on any of them in the store. But these leaves really grabbed my attention. So I'm going to keep this one because it had the best root base, which is loose in here for some reason. Probably because I just really super duper watered it. I gotta pull some of this dirt back. I buried it fairly deep to give the roots a chance. And I'm getting somewhat off topic now, but anyway, I'm gonna keep going. So I'm gonna keep some of the nicer leaves and ditch some of the most infected ones. Actually, this hibiscus fared fairly well. Fared okay with the bugs. Doesn't seem too affected. There's another bad leaf. These strips are something awful, let me tell you. Yeah. The majority of these light colored leaves seem okay. No drip attack. That's good. We'll see how they do with soap. If soap will affect them. Just gonna take it out of this plastic drip tray here so I can spin it around a little bit for you guys. It's definitely not something special yet, eh? But I love these leaves. These leaves are fantastic. Again, we're going to strip it from the bottom up to where we want our first branch to start. And this is new, I think. I don't think I left that on the last video. Big old pruning stub here. I don't know, should I keep that? These are the ones that I didn't have any perlite for. Big shortages and stuff. I'll be right back. Yeah, so there's no perlite or anything in here, so I think I'll be repotting these hibiscus sooner than I expected. Now these ones here, the longer branches, I'm only going to take the growing tips off of them to save the leaves. And then don't do this at home, folks. It's not how you do bonsai. But I love my leaves. Now, I'm not sure if I should keep this lower branch. I don't think I have to really choose right away. I think I got time. I am going to take some buds off of here that don't need to be there. Anything over here? There's a couple buds here. One on each side, like little teeth, little tusks. Okay. Maybe this will thicken it up. So I'm just going to take the growing tip off, even though these leaves are so nice, but I want it to branch as well. I can enjoy my leaves for a while, and then when we repot, I can cut it back. Don't tell anybody, okay? This one I think we'll leave. These leaves are so cute. They went beyond fig leaves. Craziness. There's a whole bunch in a pile here, where the internodes are really short here. Yeah, some of them are pretty buggy. Yep, I'm one of those people. I can't make the cuts. I do on a lot of things, but sometimes it's nice to enjoy things first before you cut them off. In this case, it's the leaves, but some cases, some people like to let their plants flower before they cut everything off. It's the same thing, same concept. Just cleaning up a pruning stub here, best I can. Keep looking over there at my dog eating completely unknown things there. I think he's eating ants. Those of you with dogs will know what I mean. I think that's all I want to do right now. It will need to be repotted. Oh, a little spider. You better come with me, little spider. Where'd you go? Don't stay in there. There you go. Go up there. Oh, that was close. We almost lost a spider. Alright. Spray these guys off real good. And hopefully being outside will get rid of some of these bugs. I gotta figure out a way to keep them out of the house. Spray from the top, spray from the bottom, and we'll see what the leaves do with this. If they like it or if they don't. I'm just going to rinse the other ones. It doesn't take long to rinse with that thing, holy. Okay, what's next? This one, oops. See, I put my pick out again. Good thing it's just a nub, and good thing I have a second one going. Alright, so this is my original hibiscus. This is the one I got because I fell in love with, well, I loved hibiscus to begin with, and I've been trying to get my mom's away from her because hers is like the same age as me. I'm not telling you what that is. But I got this one because of Nigel's. I just love the bark texture. I love the way that it looks and the way that it grew, and yeah, so that's why I got this one. And this one actually looks really good. It was in a different place than all the other hibiscus, so it doesn't look like it took any damage at all. Maybe a little bit, but there's no bugs on it that I can see. I'm still going to spray it anyways, but that just means I'm not going to defoliate. Aren't they beautiful? Not defoliate completely anyways. So I'm just going to take some of the older, larger leaves off. They probably won't live out here and once they get some sun anyway. But I'll just get everything up so you can see the trunk on here. So I can see the trunk and see what's going on with it. Because this one's growing its roots right out the bottom. Like, it's growing absolutely insane. I'm not even sure if I'm getting these in the shot. I can't see behind the camera. But try and squitch out some of this inside growth here so we can see what we're doing. There's a bud growing back into the tree back here. It's going to take that whole thing off right there. That kind of opens things up a little bit, eh? This thing always had some really strange growth. I'm not sure how I'm going to fix it. I might just have to redesign and remove it, honestly. And then try and make the tree a little tiny bit taller. So there was a downward facing growth I just removed, and I'm going to remove another little downward facing bud. Let me see if I can take some of these leaves off so you can see what I'm doing. So this branch down here is absolutely covered in buds. So I'm going to take some of the ones that are too close to the trunk off. Some of these leaves that are growing inwards off so we can see what we're doing here. And the mosquitoes are infiltrating. Okay. Defoliation might be helpful right now. So I think, oops, I think that was the front of the tree here, facing you guys, pretty sure. So this is all growing out of inside of a curve here, so just gonna get rid of all that. Take off this old pruning stub right here. And if I bring it way, I got a bud way back here, and then I got another one here that's facing the direction I want. This one's going to come straight toward everybody. I think I'll cut it here for now, leaving a little stub. And this one here is growing back into the tree, but that's because it was facing the window. The window was over here. I think I'm gonna I thought I knew what I was gonna do, but I think I'll go all the way back to the back leaf here. That leaf off. Starting to open up a little bit for you guys, eh? This big long one here with the flower on it is going to be cut back as well. There's a pruning stub on there I can take off. And there's a leaf stem there. There's a bud right above it, so I'm going to cut back to that. Take these inside leaves off. So there's a bud under here, inside a curve. Just going to take that off. Get the bud off there. Oh, there's even a little bud up here on top. Qualifies as crotch growth. Gotta go. Okay, what's left on this branch? There's another part of this branch that kind of heads backwards. I'm not sure how that's all going to work. I think that my back branch, this one here, I think that's going to have to go at some point. It's got some weird... Actually, I should take it off. It's just not doing what I'd like it to do. Let's see if I can get that off of there. There we go. Gone into the bucket. Now, how am I going to clean that up? I got a tool that can clean that up. Let's see what I got here. Rinse this other one off here. Sorry. It doesn't sprinkle very well. But it rinses very fast. Okay. Aha. See if I can get that cleaned off. Oh, I don't like how this one works at all. It's just skinning it. Okay, that's about as good as it's going to get. Alright, so continuing the story, we're going to go out to this branch. And there's an old pruning stub here. And I think I'll take it right back. There's a little bud that's growing right here. Take it back to that. We're getting there. We're getting there. What a mess in here. Like 4 things growing from one spot. Okay. There are a lot of little buds all over this branch. I'm just going to scratch them all off of it. If I can. Wow, there are ever a lot. Okay, I think that did it. So there's a lot going on here. There are these 2 branches coming from the same point, this one coming from down lower, and an old pruning stub I can take off here. Wow. It also has a little bud here with some yellow or white leaves coming out of it. That's odd. Maybe you can see better from this side. So I've got a 3-way split here, but it doesn't look too bad. This branch here is going to interfere. There's a branch back here that's going to interfere with this one. I'm going to remove that one. There's a bud down underneath I'll remove. An old pruning stub right here. And the front is toward me. This looks so weird here. There's a little bit tiny reverse paper here, and I think it's just because of the scars. So hopefully it grows out of that with time. The bark is looking real nice though. This one does flow nice. See if we can keep it flowing. And this one. There's my old pruning scar here, but right beyond it there's a close internode here, so I'm going to just chop it all the way back to that. Take the new growth off. My basket's getting full. Should I leave those? Leave those for now. These will all need to be repotted for sure. Well, this one actually, no, this one I think I had good soil. There's lots of perlite in there. There's even sand on the top. Some moss buried in there even. Okay, so there's another big mess over here. Old pruning stub I can take off. Some buds I can scrape off there. We'll leave that one for now. So this is the back. So I can bring this back to here. Take this leaf off. And this one, probably take back almost as far to here. Yeah. It's very healthy. Definitely very healthy. Amethyst. This one's growing roots out the bottom. I'm just gonna give those a nip. A bit of spray. And put it aside. Whoa! Fall over while I'm doing it. Knock the camera. Alright, last but not least, Pinky here, who has a great many flowers all the time. Now I let this one shoot right up because it was hurting when I got it. Absolutely hurting. But it's time to chop it back because it is not branching at all. Look at all these leaves down here. It's like a flower of leaves. So I'm going to let this one stay tall. I'm just going to take off all of this bottom growth here. And this one, same thing. The leaves look really good. Doesn't look like there's any bug damage on them. And the mosquitoes are starting to come in, even with my pick going. Really strange growth with this one. But it did not have a good start to life, so I'm just glad it lived. It's a nice little plant. But it's also extremely tall. So I'm going to cut one of these older seed pods off. I'll come around and see the camera here. Every single flower on that plant spawned a seed pod. I have no clue how to tell if these are ripe or not, or if they're even seed pods. Let's look. We'll look together. Definitely seed pods. They're almost a fruit. Is that the coolest thing ever, or what? It's like a fruit or a veggie. Look at it, it even comes apart in slices. Is that the coolest thing? Now, I have no way of telling if these seeds are ripe or not, because I don't know how to tell if these are ripe. But I guess I could try them out. Alright, so all the seed pods are at the top, and that's what we're going to chop off. I'm sure it'll get more. So from here to the top is all growth from springtime, believe it or not. So it's definitely gained a lot of vigor. And I do want to leave it tall and let it thicken up. It looks like there's a lot of branching starting here. So we're going to go above that branching. And we're going to cut off all the seed pods, but we're going to cut her back to here. Goodness. Look, I cut the same height off of it. Now this one, maybe I should root this one because I only have the one pink one. But no, I cannot. I cannot. I'm going to keep this oldest seed pod right here. And I don't know. I'm going to have to look up and see how to find out if they're ripe or not. So we'll keep those. This is in the bin. Look at my basket's full. Right full. And I'm not keeping any cuttings. I can't. I cannot keep any cuttings. Don't make me do it. Come on, brain. Leave me alone. No more cuttings. And this one is still in its original nursery pot soil. I just slip potted it and added new soil around. So it's also needing some better soil with better drainage. So all of these little guys here will be repotted, just not in this video, as this video is just me getting them outside, trimmed up, and hopefully bug free. Not like me. I'm not bug free. They're attacking me. Alright, I rinsed that one, I rinsed that one. I can rinse this one. I have to save up for a trip to Toronto. And I am saving up for it. Even to send a package down there. Hooey! You don't want to send a package down there. My little fuchsias. Aren't they cute? This one here, I'm not sure what happened. The tips kind of burnt off and it lost pretty much all of its flowers. So I might repot that one and get it done. This one here, I'm liking watching it flower, so we'll let that flower for a while before we work on it. These guys were put in here, not forest style, well I guess they're a forest, but not really any rhyme or reason for it, just to grow them out. Same with this one. This one was my original tree and I was going to do a landscape with this one. Haven't quite got there yet. Tree's still in grow out mode, if it will focus on the tree. If I turn a light on, I think it'll focus now. I'll probably put a tire swing on here, eh? And this one, it's still thin, it's super thin, it's got some lanky parts, but I know it's all wrong. I shouldn't leave it wrong, but look at these leaves. I want to enjoy them. They're so cool. I nipped the tips off of everything, and all of these have to be repotted. So once I get more of the indoor trees out, I'll repot these, and I promise I'll chop this all the way back. Maybe some new buds will have formed then, and I'll have new decisions to make, or new places, new options. That's the word I'm looking for, options. Yeah. So that's it. And the mutt wants in because the bugs are after him, and it's past his bedtime. Oh geez, it's an hour past your bedtime, and we've been up since so early in the morning. He's still got his work collar on even. That's his work collar that he wears in the dump truck. Not supposed to be wearing it at home. Try and keep it clean, but somebody, me, forgot to take it off. Anyhow, that'll be all for today. Maybe. Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Be safe out there.